Hey there, I'm Slightly Froggy, and welcome back to my stream. Today, I'm continuing my playthrough of Danganronpa V3, and hello there, Kwa. Yes, you beat me today. This evening has sort of been a series of strange things happening and things breaking. We were having some internet issues earlier, so we were trying to troubleshoot that before we got started, just to make sure we could still stream tonight, and as it stands right now, we're still good to go. And then something here in our apartment was acting a little funky, so we were trying to troubleshoot that. It has been a day. So I'm looking forward to just forgetting everything and investigating the death of this crude girl who may have been setting us up. I don't know. Like, my theory is that Mew wanted to kill somebody in the Neo World program that she had set up that did admittedly used to belong to Monokuma. I don't know, like, there's some funny business happening here, because I mean, she set it up so that, like, she knocked the bridge out from under us. Like, what is this girl thinking? I mean, not much now, she's dead, but hey there, Olaf. The day Horny died, the last trip to Horny jail. But welcome back to the stream, and yes, unfortunately, for some, we lost Mew. I didn't hate Mew, admittedly. I found Mew a very entertaining character. I found her kind of one note, considering that she's, like, this genius inventor. Like, she should have been, like, a bigger help than she was. But in any case, I'm not exactly sure who killed her, to be totally honest. Like, they're setting up that Kaito did it. I don't think he did. He's very, like, I feel like, I don't know. Just because I'm trying to think of precedents from, like, past games, and the one that sticks out to me was when, with Gundam in Danganronpa 2. And it's like, because at that time, I was like, there's no way Gundam did. Like, why would he ever? And, like, Kaito's my bro. They're an ABC with Mew trying to guess out. Oh, boy. So I'm guessing each letter's A is for asshole. B is for bitch face. C is for cum dumpster. D is for donkey lips. Like, it's just... She did have, like, a lot of fun lines. As somebody who had to read them, I would have a lot more fun reading them if I did not have an audience. They were fun lines. Yeah. Alright, so I'm gonna get us into green hell here. Because I know I did start late. And I'm hoping to at least finish the investigation tonight. I ideally would not like to start the trial, just because then we're gonna have to wait till next week to do the rest of it. But what we could always do is just kill a little bit of time. Go to the casino, do our usual, lose my life savings. Let's do some Mono Machine first. I did very well with it yesterday. It was lucky chance after lucky chance. Got so many of the bear ears. I don't know who even likes those. Oh, and Monotaro on our side, because his mom died. Hey there, JJ. Welcome back. And no, there's never enough killing in a Danganronpa game, as much as we don't like it. Non-alcoholic drink of immortality. Ketchup? Oh boy, that's a new one. Got a lot of the striped necktie. Honey apples. Also, it is very sunny where I am today, so I apologize for some of the glare. Nail brush. Oh, I know someone who could have used that. Dreams come true spellbook. Alright, I think we're good. We've hit 90%, so we've gotten at least, like, most of the prizes at this point. Let's do a round of Outlaw Run in some of the mono slots. I'm gonna start off with 3 rounds on the mono slots. All right. Big money, big money. Ooh, okay. Nice. All right, round 2. Come on. All right. Not doing too bad so far. Ah, boo. Okay. Let's do an Outlaw Run. I know this one doesn't pay out quite as well, but... There we go. Gotta max it out, baby. That's the thing, like, I make the most money on the fish one, but, like, this one is the most, like, visually fun to play. And then there's the puzzle game in Dead Last. I don't know, like, does anybody actually, like, really enjoy the puzzle game one? Like, the treasure one? Alright. Not doing too bad. Out of my way! Alright. Just have to watch out for... Well, I mean, I do enjoy the fishing game. It's just, like, it's not as, like, visually interesting. Like, I mean, it's a Danganronpa game. Like, you're not playing this for, like, fast-paced... Oh, no. Oh, no. Okay, good. Okay, go away. Go away. I can't see. I'm going too fast. Like, the game is tense and exciting in a different sort of way. Ooh, okay. Yes! Okay. I don't want to jinx it. No, I won't say anything. I'm not going to jinx this. Oof, okay. Okay, 12,000. I think that is my best one. Like, the treasure one I get, ooh, A. 1.8, I'll take that. I'm happy with that score. The treasure one, I can never remember the order that the blocks need to be, that they turn in, so trying to anticipate which colors turn into what is tricky. They only explained it that one time when they first introduced the game, and never again. So I can never remember. Like, visually, like, Killer Taxi's a lot of fun. Like the treasure one over the fishing one, Qua? Okay. I mean, that's fair. I know that the treasure one's the one I like the least. Let's play a round of, the fishing one, though. Ooh, I leveled up. Alright, salmon fishing. We're doing some salmon fishing. Time to hear Froggy just saying random colors out loud, where it's like, red, blue, green, green, blue, red, blue, green. I've watched back the little bit of the footage of me playing this, and I sound like a crazy person. It's red, blue, green, red, blue, green, green. I know, that would be Mew's attitude, but I feel like she'd be like, who would even play this? I don't even get it. Why don't you just break all the blocks at once? Oh, there we go. Green. Blue. Green. Green, red, blue. Oh my gosh, where's the green? Blue, red. Green, blue, red, green, blue, blue, red, green, blue, green, red. Blue. Oh shoot. Oh shoot. That one's blue. Okay. Screwed up a little bit at the end there, but still got S. I'm totally fine with that. Still made some money. That's the important thing. Kind of bungled it up a little bit at the end, but that's okay. And we'll do 3 more of the Mono slots, and then we will get going. Come on. Money, 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 money. I think it was somebody in one of the previous chats was saying that, like, oh, you can easily make, like, your 10,000 by playing the mono slots. It's like, what? How? Come on. Yeah, nothing. Waste of money. We play for fun anyway, just in the off chance we actually get something. I have enough money. I know we're not gonna get another, love suite for a while. Yeah, Kaito did really well. That man is just full of luck. He gets all these murders pinned on him. I leveled up just by starting the game. Alright, so we're working our way around. I think we talked to Maki. Let's talk to Kokichi. Can you believe Monotaro is on our side now? And all for his recently deceased mommy. I'm so touched I can't stop crying. The Mono Cubs loved her so much. I'll never forgive the culprit who killed Mew. Just not even gonna answer that. I've been wondering, what was the secret of the outside world that we were searching for anyway? Oh, that is true, yeah. The one girl that Kaito is after, just first. He's not lucky in games. He's got a good heart, and that's pretty much all he's got going for him, because he's smart, but not in a tangible way in this game. That's true, we got sidetracked by Mew's murder case. We never discovered what that secret actually was. We couldn't find anything at the chapel, and you found nothing at the mansion, right? No, Tsumugi and I didn't find anything.
My bad.
I didn't find anything either. That's probably the same with Kaito and Gonta too, right?
Right?
And knowing them, if they had found something, they would have told us right away.
Yeah.
Yeah, they would have, unlike you.
Whoa.
Wow! Shuichi, did you hear that? The robot's being sassy with me!
That's so
Did you know? Robots don't need warm blood to function, so they become cold like this. That's why he's more concerned about the secret of the outside world than poor Mew. He told us he couldn't cry even if he wanted to. He went so far to stage his dramatic reaction.
That's wrong.
That's not true. I'm hoping we can discover the truth, too. You're a pretty advanced robot. You can be sassy and make excuses. Urgh. Kokichi's just being a little shit disturber as usual.
Like I thought.
It ended up like this after all. I had a bad feeling ever since I thought I saw Mew from the dining room window. You thought you saw Mew? Yeah, I told Shuichi about it. Well, I'm your partner, why didn't you tell me? Is what Kokichi's gonna say. There's a small window in the dining room. Maybe 10 minutes ago I looked through it. And I thought I saw Mew. Oh, so you saw Mew then? I thought I must have been mistaken since she should have been by the chapel. You're only saying you were mistaken so you don't have to feel as guilty.
What?
Huh?
Because
If you had been positive it was Mew, then you could have done something sooner. You could have prevented her death, you know? Ooh.
Hey,
That's just speculation, Kokichi. You can't judge in hindsight.
my dad.
Hey there, Kay. Welcome back to the stream. Oh, I went a little off topic there. Anyway, I wanted to ask you something. What did you do after you thought you saw Mew? I thought I was mistaken, but it really bothered me, so... About 10 minutes later, I told Shuichi, and while we were talking about it... Bang! What? What was that sound? It sounded as if something was struck very hard. It came from outside, but... We heard a loud noise and rushed out into the entrance hall. You know what? I do kind of appreciate this flashback. If you were just playing this all in one burst, I could see it being repetitive, but having been 24 hours or so since we played last, it's nice having the refresher. For now, let's go outside and check. Oh no! What? That was Kibo's voice, right? I think I heard him outside. He sounded close. Kibo?
Huh?
Kibo's voice, huh? Wasn't he at the chapel?
Okay.
He was, but Tsumugi and I are positive it was his voice. We heard Kibo from the entrance hall when he should have been at the chapel. What? That's weird, because you shouldn't be able to hear anything between the chapel and the mansion. Even Mew said that. Hey there, infamous god. Welcome back to the stream. We're just starting the investigation. Yeah, you can't hear anything at all while you're inside the map loading point. I want to double check that map.
I see.
You're right. The sound shouldn't reach through the map loading point. So how did we hear Kibo's voice? How were we able to hear Kibo at the mansion if he was at the chapel? Maybe someone's lying. Hey there, Kenma's wifey. Welcome back to the stream.
What?
Lying?
Hey.
By the way, Kokichi, did you hear the loud noise or Kibo's voice at all? I'm not sure. I must have not noticed because I was too busy searching. You're lying to his face. Kaito?
Hey.
Kaito, you keep interrupting me when I talk. Do you like me or something?
Don't screw around.
Who would like you, dumbass? I was interested in Shuichi's conversation.
Huh?
My conversation? You heard Kibo's voice when it should have been impossible. Can you tell me more about that? Well, what I said before was pretty much everything. After that, we headed back to the chapel to see what happened. We saw Gonta as we left the mansion, and the three of us went to the river together. That's when we met up with Kokichi.
Yeah.
And then we used the signboard that I found as a bridge. What about it, though? Did you notice anything? suppose not.
But
I see you're working hard. Looks like you're starting to take this game seriously, Kaito. Shut up! Okay, so one thing that they brought up where it's like, if they were at the chapel, there's no way they could have heard them from the mansion because of the loading screen. The thing is, if I'm remembering where the line is, there is a bit of a gap where the river is. There's like a little sliver on the mansion side, loading screen, and then the chapel. So they could have just been on the edge of the river, and you would have been able to hear them from the mansion, because that's still within the same loading screen. If I'm remembering the map correctly. Loud noise has been added. Okay, that's Samugi. Monotaro, buddy. My new friend. Hey there. I know you're busy with the computer, but I want to go over what we learned from investigating the program.
okay.
Oh, you want to use the computer? Go right ahead. Alright, first, what program information was listed in that text file? According to the file, the Killing Game Simulator was based on the Neo World program. In the simulator, objects can't break. Your 5 senses are connected to your avatar, but your avatar cannot be harmed. Damage inflicted to your avatar will be transferred to your real body. Yes, there is now a small bear child that's running around our killing game. He's already lost a mother. Hasn't he lost enough? Now he just has his uncaring father left, who rejects him.
Okay.
That's exactly what Mew told us. If your avatar takes fatal damage, your real body dies of shock. In other words, fatal injuries in the virtual world are fatal to your real body as well. I don't recall Mew ever telling us this. She wouldn't just forget to tell us. Was she hiding this information on purpose? Wait. Avatar takes fatal damage, your real body dies of shock. Fatal injuries in the virtual world are fatal to your real body as well. I thought she did say that. Or some variation of that. Maybe I misread it. You die in the game, you die in real life. Physics are also the same in the virtual world. There isn't any warping or quick transportation methods. I was wondering, it's like we heard Mew, or she thought she saw Mew outside. I wonder if Mew, just T-posing, just no-clipped across the river. I thought that was like... Now, I have not seen SAO, but I assume that was like the whole thing of SAO. Was you die, and that's it. Or is that just season 2 onwards, I guess? You can only use your avatar to get around. That's not all that's written in the text file. The other piece of evidence I found interesting is the login-logout record that Monotaro found. Yeah, it just shows Kaito logging out first. It recorded all the times we logged in and out. Excluding the victim, Mew, everyone only logged in and out once. So no one secretly logged out and logged back in. Which means, Kaito, he logged out before any of us, but it couldn't have been him. The program itself has always been modified. No, the program itself has also been modified in a few ways. We have to wait for Monotaro to finish his analysis for that info. Okay. We have to wait and see. Oh, all finished? Alright, then I'll keep on analyzing the crap out of this program. I'll let you know when I find something. And Godspeed, Monotaro. Alright. Now we've gotta work our way to the body, I guess. This is the device we wore on our heads to enter the virtual world. Some helmets still have their cords plugged in, others have them removed. I'm positive that they were unplugged after logging out. Oh, that's it, the cords! We were supposed to plug the 2 cords from the computer into our helmets. The red for consciousness, the blue for memory. If you got those mixed up... Out of curiosity, what happens if you switch the cords? I don't know. I've never done that before. Probably gets all glitchy or something. Maybe you'll become a vegetable. Maybe you'll body swap with someone. Who knows? A glitch. Device instructions have been added. Okay. Oh, wait. Can I? Oh, I can't make a mess. Alright, we'll go look at the body. Can't make a mess. Miu's hands are clasped around her neck, as if she were gasping for air. Her eyes are wide open in panic. She must have suffered quite a bit. Oh, what a way to go.
Wow.
Ew, that is one grody face. You must have suffered a lot. A vulgar death fit for a vulgar bitch. Wow. Kokichi is stone cold.
Hey!
Stop, Kokichi. Even if you're joking, that's too far.
It's nothing.
You're right. You should never speak ill of the dead, no matter how much you hated them.
Right?
Even if she was a despised, pathetic, dirty cum toilet of a person. Oh my god. Kokichi, no. Bad Kokichi. Oh man. I suppose I'll never get Kokichi to change. But what's Miu's cause of death? Doesn't say in the Monokuma file. May I? I wanted to let you know just in case it turns out to be a clue.
By the way,
Yeah, it's like, I don't know, because it's like, Korikyo's, like, shoot-downs of Miu were always so pointed and, like, borderline polite. Like, he never used crude language when doing it. Like, Kokichi just takes whatever, like, crude thing Miu says and just turns it right back on her. And I mean, admittedly, part of her kind of like that, I think. But regardless. Yes, a large dose of Korikyo soup. Like, what? How did that? Anyway, I'm just having flashbacks to that case at like the finale bit where it's like, really? Okay. What Korikyo was had a lot going on. I'll leave it at that. I was the first one to log out and find Miu's body. She was still wearing the helmet, and her body was contorting into this awful position. Maki logged out after I did, and she helped me take Miu's helmet off. And then, she was gone.
hey,
Is that a confession?
why?
How was that a confession? Anyway, the question is the cause of death. What caused her to suffer like this? Miu's corpse has been added. Okay, but we can take a look, right? Yeah, he said she still had her helmet on at the time. Can I not take a closer look? Wait, what? Okay, good. Oh, good. There's some things here I can break. Ooh. Okay, so where do we go from here? Did I talk to Kaito already?
I mean,
About the whole logging out thing, I don't really get it myself. I was looking for the secret on the rooftop, a circle lit up under me. Oh yeah, we did.
so, my bad.
Shuichi!
Okay, so he didn't pay attention to her body, didn't know what was going on. But I imagine she wasn't convulsing, like the others said she was, so... Alright, yeah, I just want to see if I'm missing anything. So we looked at Miu's body, we looked at the helmet. Cords were still plugged in. Ooh. That I didn't see before. That blended right in. There's something on the seat. It's a small bottle. I feel as though I've seen this before.
Oh?
This is yours, right, Shuichi?
Huh?
Mine? No, I guess it's not yours, but it is from your lab. That's right. This was in the Ultimate Detective's lab.
Right?
Yeah, it's that poison. So you know about this, Kokichi? Of course, because I already checked it. We are in a killing game, you know. If there's poison and tricks prepared, then of course I'd investigate them ASAP.
That's...
Is that? Oh, it's not so I can use them. I check in case someone else uses them. Is that really true?
By the way,
By the way, did you see the label on the back of this bottle?
Huh?
The label? According to the warnings here, this poison is pretty lethal. It becomes neutralized once it's mixed, so it has to be taken directly. But when it's taken directly, the victim will immediately die, even if they only sip a bit. Which means, if you could get the victim's mouth open, you could kill them instantly. I can't imagine a better method of killing someone who's logged in. By the way, I should tell you what symptoms this poison causes. It causes a small blood vessel under the conjunctiva? I don't even know how to pronounce that. To explode. Which makes the whites of your eyes turn blood red. Bloodshot eyes. That's important information. Well, that's everything about this poison. Am I doing a good job? Maybe it's time you acknowledge me as your partner.
No.
I thought I remembered you saying that you didn't want to be my partner. Did I? Well, sometimes I lie without thinking about it.
Huh?
Seriously.
Anyway,
Who brought this poison? Do you think the culprit did it? Who brought the poison? I can't be certain yet. Yeah, we have to figure out what that poison's about, just because, how long does it take to activate? Is it immediate? But I do know that the poison was left on that person's chair. Oh, God, of course it was on Kokichi's chair. Okay. Small bottle of poison has been added. Oh! The conjunctiva is a tissue that lines the inside of the eyelids and covers the sclera, the white of the eye. Interesting, okay. Suppose I've investigated everything that I can here. Are we going back in? Are you done investigating the crime scene? So, do you know who the culprit is yet? No. I don't know.
no.
No, this might not actually be the crime scene. Yes, injuries in the virtual world could be fatal in the real world, meaning there is a possibility that she was killed in the virtual world. Which means the next area to investigate should be
Oh, I see.
the virtual world. We should go there again. He's reading my mind without my permission. Science, bitches!
Huh?
Huh?
See?
I just read your mind, didn't I? I did, right? Right? Don't go pulling a Sayak on me, dude. Can't go read my brain like that.
Got it.
That's the case, then I'm coming too.
Oh?
Oh, great. He's coming. You must really like me, huh?
Ugh.
See whatever you want. I don't have time to waste on you.
Yeah.
If we go back to the virtual world, we might find some new clues. With those, I might be able to clear my name. May I join you as well? I also think we should investigate the virtual world again.
All right.
Why don't we all go?
Ah.
Oh, so I get to be that avatar again.
What?
Huh? Did you actually like the avatar after all?
Well,
I'm going to stay here. He's still in the middle of analyzing the program. No, Maki, please come with. Going to search this place some more. This no time to be sleeping. That's not what we're... Well, that's fine. Then I'll stay here too. What? Okay.
Huh?
What? Surprised? Are you gonna get lonely without your partner?
My bad.
But I'm busy too, you know? I have to watch Maki in case she tries to do anything deceitful.
Huh?
Deceitful?
See?
Well, you and Kaito are pretty close, so you might do something deceitful for him, right? Monotaro just looks up and is new mommy, and she's like, do you want to die?
Thank goodness.
Good thing Gonta's here with me. Your glare is too scary to handle alone. Gonta would risk his life to protect me from a murderer. Huh? Hey, if you keep saying messed up crap like that, I'm gonna kick your ass into orbit.
all right already.
It's fine, just ignore him and hurry to the virtual world.
Okay.
Kaito, let's just focus on solving the case for now. Fine.
Thank goodness.
Thank God. I don't like violence. The ultimate supreme leader would rather sneak around.
So that means...
So anyway, I'll leave the virtual world to you, Shuichi. I don't trust you.
Yeah.
But I'm not exaggerating when I say this class trial can only be solved by you, okay? Your talent can save the useless people here, you know?
What?
Hey there, Fumble Life. Welcome to the stream. Who you calling useless?
I told you.
Enough already.
Um,
Kaito, let's go. Kaito, Kibo, Himiko, Tsumugi, and I prepared to enter the virtual world. Like, this is a big old group doing the investigating right now. Oh man, if we come back out and somebody else is dead, I'm gonna scream. Oh, thank you for the follow, Fumble Life. Appreciate it. We picked up our helmets once again, sitting in the same seats as before.
So the red cord goes in the right side and the blue cord in the left, yeah?
I think so. Double kill. Ooh, back-to-back double kill.
Yeah, let's do that.
Right is the hand I hold my chopsticks with. I gotta be sure to get it right.
That's just like, I can't believe... Himiko needs a reminder with what hand is her right hand.
If you're that worried, why don't you use one that's already set up?
We place the devices on our heads and flip the switch. I'm in. Oh. Personally, I'd be too paranoid to use that one, because what if that one's plugged in wrong? The gang's all here.
Great, huh?
Oh, it's my avatar. Look, my avatar. Get body swap. Oh no. Oh, please be careful about spoilers. I'm trying to avoid spoilers and just... I will get to reveals as reveals happen, but I'm going in, please no spoilers. So, you liked it after all.
You know,
So, we're back here.
100%.
Apparently we always arrive in this room when we log in. I'm not gonna... Mew said that logging in and out is impossible unless we're in this room.
huh?
Then, how did I get logged out while I was on the rooftop?
Okay.
Yes, we need to investigate that area too.
What should we do?
First, we're going to check Mew's avatar, right?
That's right.
We're all dead. Ah, yes. I think her avatar is still near the chapel. Then let's head out to the chapel. Oh, look at that dynamic pose. Alright. Yeah, we're gonna see just a corpse's avatar, just like... Oh man, it's not gonna be moving, is it? Like, it's not gonna be stuck in like an idle animation or something? I should check the map before heading to the chapel. Ooh, that's a big question, isn't it? The two maps on the wall. One of the mansion, one of the world. Check the map of the mansion first. First floor is the salon, dining room, kitchen, and bathroom. Second is the roof. We split up when looking for the secret of the outside world. I'm playing on PC. Kokichi had the same salon, Kokichi had the salon, Tsumugi the dining room, Kaito the roof, and Gonta the outside. Map of the mansion has been added. Yeah, see, there's that little coast section there. So I think that's how we heard Kibo and Mew. Or actually, I know that doesn't really explain how Mew's there, but... Oh, nice! Cool! I've heard it is... Some games in this are much easier on a controller. And having played some of them on... all of them on keyboard, yeah, I can see the appeal of that. This is the map of the entire virtual world. The world is surrounded by walls in all four directions. There's a loading point in the middle, so the map is split in two. No sight or sound can pass through the map loading point. To get from the mansion to the chapel, you have to go through this point. You also have to cross the river that runs parallel to it. That's how this world is designed. It's strange. I feel as though there's some secret to this. I'm trying to look to see if there's anything in, like, the layout of it. Okay. See, I've been playing all of them on keyboard, and I haven't been doing too bad. Map of the world has been added. This map was made by Mew. Is that what's bothering me?
Hey, Shuichi.
I understand. Looking at maps makes you feel calm, doesn't it?
Huh?
Huh? You're the type of kid who stares at maps alone instead of playing at recess, aren't you?
No.
I never did anything like that.
Shuichi!
Don't forget we're here for you, bro.
Indeed.
You're not alone anymore.
That's fine.
You don't need to withdraw into a shell, you know. What is this? Is this the final episode of Evangelion? What is this? Congratulations! Oh, Himiko's cute, yeah. It took me a bit to warm up to her just because early Himiko's sort of like, this girl is a disaster and like, how did she make it this far? But since her turnaround and her now surge in motivation, she has been a lot more fun to play with as a character. I'm so proud of you. You made friends with real people, not maps.
That's wrong.
I'm investigating. Just investigating. Alright, so that's the map. Look at the clock. I don't think this clock has anything to do with the case. Then why is it here? Yeah, it's the very monotone, even voice. Okay, we're checking the chapel first. There always has to be somebody that they're picking on. Oh, Shuichi, could you please come with me?
What happened?
This is the 4th case. Yeah. What? What happened? I found something strange. I don't know if it's relevant to the case, but I want to hear your opinion regardless. It's right this way. Okay. Toilet paper? I have to say, like, it's only been in this game where I've actually been able, and it was just that one case with, oh my goodness, the maid, where I actually managed to guess it ahead of time. Cause my brain's saying Himiko, but I know it's not. I'm a little brain dead from work today. Kurumi. Yes, thank you. So it was only in the one with Kurumi where I actually kind of got an idea during the investigation. But up until now, in most Danganronpa games, I have no clue. I'm just along for the ride. Trying to figure it out, mostly getting it wrong. Second mommy. Yes. First was Amami, then there was Kurumi, our second mommy, and then there was Mew, who was Monotaro's mommy. There's a lot of mommies here. This is toilet paper, right? Why would it be in a place like this?
That's right.
It's cold here.
Huh?
Huh?
Which means...
That's it! I took it with me after I took a shit! It is torn, though, I think. My initial thought was that someone may have come here to defecate. Kibo, your understanding of people is a little flawed.
No.
No, I don't think that's it. I don't think avatars have bowel movements. I don't have to go at all.
Huh?
I didn't realize that. It never occurred to me, as I do not need to expel solid waste in the real world. I'm sorry.
Ah.
Wait. Why is he freaking out? Oh, you know it. Nekamaru, even. Oh.
But...
I will examine it in due time. Don't worry. Still strange. Why would toilet paper be in a place like this? Could this be related to the case? Probably. Okay, I'll head down to the chapel. Alright. Oh, here's everybody. Oh. Oh, okay. I gotta click to go across.
Hey, so
Hey, isn't this a signboard that Mew threw into the river? Whoops, my hand slipped.
you know,
It's not some other signboard, right? She said there's only one of them.
No.
It's definitely the same. I brought back the one that was stuck on the rocks in the river. No, Gonta did that, but okay. I was there. I saw. Oh, so that's what happened. But there's something bothering me. The rocks on the signboard, the rocks that the signboard got caught on weren't on the chapel side of the map. Ooh, okay. They were on the mansion side.
What about that bothers you? It just got washed from the chapel to the mansion, right?
From the chapel to the mansion? That's odd. Flow of the river.
Shuichi.
Hey, think later, bro. Let's get moving. I'm the one who's standing here and I go across last. Alright, for now, we need to investigate the scene. Oh, of course, yeah. Well, Nekomaru always had to carry some extra with him. The man always needed it. So actually, because I know we've got some truth bullets. Here we go, map. Here, can we get a closer look at that, please? Because I'm trying to figure out the arrows. Okay, so they all head that way. So she kicked it, it would have gone all the way back down that way. So unless somebody grabbed it, they would have then used it to get across. Maybe they went around the top part and came down. It's hard for you to see because I know this is not to scale with what you're seeing up here. But I'm just like, maybe she went through the woods, came around to like the far left side of the mansion, and then like just chucked it in there. Because then it would have landed on the rocks with the direction of the current. Yeah, because this flows this way. I want to get down there.
As I thought.
Oh, damn. Okay. The scene of the crime has not been altered since I found her. Wow, can't talk today. So there's no possibility that someone tried to tamper with the crime scene afterwards. Folded just like toilet paper.
Nah, that's for sure. Just like how we left it. I'm pretty confident in my memory. I memorized a magic spell that would take a whole year just to chant.
And she forgets which hand is her right hand.
It's the one that holds my chopsticks. If you think I'm lying, I could start the chant right now, you know.
Unfortunately.
No, thank you. I do not think I could wait a whole year. A logged out avatar disappears, but if the real body dies, the avatar remains unchanged.
Actually,
Look at all this stuff scattered around. What happened here?
Jeez.
That's what we're gonna start. That's what we're gonna start investigating right now. Isn't that right, Shuichi? Right. All right. Let's start with a hammer. That looks like a murder weapon. This is a hammer. Why would there be a hammer in this world? Yeah, she took out all the weapons. I rewrote the program to delete all dangerous objects that could be used as weapons. Oh my god, that is a loaded question. I don't know, cause I like the sweethearts, and I like the shit disturbers, and I like the goofy weirdos. Like, it's hard. Like, it's... Cause like Chiaki's my girl. But like, I also really like some of the shit disturbers, like Byakuya and Kokichi and Nagito, and like... I love Gundam, and I like Mikan, or no, not Mikan, not Mikan. Ibuki, that's it. I like Ibuki. Like, I like my mix of just big old jerks, kind-hearted weirdos, and just social misfits. It's hard for me. Once I'm done the games, I think I could probably come up with like an all-time favorite, but... Yep, Ibuki and Mikan, the same person. My brain is not firing on all cylinders today, so I apologize. Danganronpa has a lot of names to remember, and I'm bad at remembering real people's names, let alone the various Danganronpa characters' names. You said she deleted dangerous objects. I can't imagine she'd miss a hammer. Was Mew lying? But why would she lie? Hammer has been added. What's that? Is this a cell phone? I'm glad that's a cell phone and not... because it's Mew, and that's... it's hard to make out what that object was. There are cell phones in this world, but what could they be for?
No.
Oh, for logging out, maybe. That's it! It's a phone, so... Ah, a cell phone. I can't believe there's something like this here.
Ah,
Kaito, perfect timing. I'd like you to help me out with something. Yes. I just want to test something out.
Come on, man.
Help you out?
Of course.
Of course. I'd never say no to a favor from my sidekick.
thank you.
Thank you, Kaito.
You know,
So what do you need me to do?
Is that all right?
You don't have to do anything. You just have to stand here. Hey there, Ender Quantum. I'm thinking that's going to be the case, just because after tonight, the next stream is going to pick up on Monday night, and I'd rather not have that big gap between the different parts of the trial. So I don't know how long this investigation is going to be, but I would ideally like to save the start of the trial until Monday night on stream. Just so that way I can let it all flesh out, we can go to intermission, and then pick up on Tuesday. Just gotta stand here? This is the easiest job ever. Kaito Momoda.
I knew it.
He logged out, just as I thought. This can be used to log out, just like the phone in the salon. And this proves it doesn't have to be the person themselves. If you just say their name, you can log out anyone you like.
All right.
I see. Thanks to Kaito's help, I'm starting to pin this down. Cell phone has been added. I bet Kaito was really surprised when he logged out all of a sudden. I should apologize for that later. It was all part of the investigation. Yeah, what's this doing here? Is this a piece of lattice? Why is this here?
Nah, that is a mysterious object.
Not well, but I can read. Yeah. Oh, well, that's weird. Kokichi! You did this somehow. Me? It's a wooden mat. It used to be common in bathrooms.
I didn't see anything like it at the chapel. Where did it come from?
Not from the chapel. Then why is it here? Oh yeah, it was in the storage room, wasn't it? On the roof.
Nah, I just figured it out with my magic.
Huh? You did?
I see. Maybe someone used that instead of the signboard to cross the river. That someone is the culprit.
No.
I don't think so. The river's current is pretty fast. Even if you did use it to cross, there's no reason it would be here.
I know that. I was just testing you a little.
Why would you want to test me?
But what does this mean? What's something like this doing here?
I'm not positive why this lattice is left here, but I'm sure that it must have something to do with the case. Lattice near the chapel has been added. Mew's avatar is frozen, collapsed in the snow. A logged out avatar disappears, but if the real body dies, the avatar remains. Makes sense for a killing game simulator. If the body disappeared, we couldn't investigate. Whoop-pow! The avatars never show injuries, so they stay the same. She still looks almost alive.
But her face is so pretty here, isn't it? It's hard to believe. She's dead.
Okay.
Yeah. Mew's avatar has been added. Okay, there's a hammer, the phone that's definitely not a sex toy, the lattice work, and Mew. What's wrong, Kibo? Is something bothering you?
Well,
I just remembered something. I think the whispering I overheard might be relevant to this case. You heard whispering?
yes.
Yes, I did not intend to eavesdrop, but I did hear it. Shortly before we gathered at the chapel and dispersed to begin searching. Oh yeah, before we split up, I want to ask you something, Mew. Ooh. It would seem Kokichi and Miyu had made plans to meet each other.
Huh?
Meet each other?
Yes.
Kokichi was confirming the specific place they were supposed to meet. I couldn't hear the whole conversation, but I'm certain the rooftop was mentioned. Then those two met on the rooftop?
Well,
But it's strange, right? If they were planning to meet on the mansion's rooftop. Why did Miyu volunteer to search the area around the chapel?
You're right.
That is true. If they were meeting on the roof, she would have wanted to search the mansion. Either way, she shouldn't have been able to get to the rooftop. She was searching the area around the chapel, which is where we found her avatar. Ooh, maybe. I'm thinking maybe that's what happened. And there was something to do with the I wonder if that's the toilet paper rolled off the roof, and that's why we found it there. And with no bridge to cross the river, she could not have gone from the chapel to the mansion. That's true. Something is strange about all this. Miyu and Kokichi meeting has been added. Okay, I finished my investigation of this area.
Shuichi!
Shuichi, it would seem that we're finished investigating this place. Wow. That's just what I was thinking. They didn't get the idea. They just threw it. They didn't hold on to it. It's like, oh, well. Alright, guess I'll have to go get some more toilet paper.
Okay.
Yeah, hey, here's something I wanted to ask. Can our avatars hide objects? Yeah, it seems like you can just put stuff in your clothes here too, just like the real world. I see, just like the real world.
So, what are we gonna do next? Are we gonna go back to the real world already?
Before that, there's just one more place I have to investigate. The mansion rooftop.
As I thought.
Very well then. The place Miyu and Kokichi were supposed to meet, the place Kaito logged out. I'm positive it has something to do with this case. There should be clues there.
That's why I've been wearing this hat this whole time.
I don't really get it, but if you want to investigate, then let's go do that, Shuichi.
Yeah, you're right.
Shuichi, everyone is counting on you, including myself.
Shuichi!
Please give the class trial everything you've got and see us through to the end. And I'll do my best as well, of course. Himiko is not a Gryffindor. No, she's not. The sword of Godric Gryffindor. Oh, she's 100% a Hufflepuff. And I as well. What if Himiko ended up going to Hogwarts instead of going to like a Hope's Peak Academy style school? I can at least do that. I'm a detective after all. Alright. Actually, is there anything else over here? Ah, Little Witch Academia. I haven't actually gotten around to watching that one. Oh, right. Here we go. I do like how speedy I am. He's no longer in training.
Shuichi!
No, he's a full-blown detective now. Hey, Shuichi, what was that all about?
Sorry.
Kaito, I'm so sorry. I just wanted to see if you could log out using the cell phone.
Jeez.
Then tell me first. That was bad for my heart. I suddenly got logged out. I panicked and rushed back here.
Okay.
Sorry.
Stop it.
Come on now, that's enough. Don't interfere with the investigation.
You know,
I wasn't interfering. Wait, why'd you guys come back here? Did you already finish investigating? I wanted to investigate the rooftop next. Huh? What's important about the rooftop? Wasn't Mew at the chapel the whole time? We found her on the ground next to it. Wait a minute. I guess Kaito's just remembering what somebody else said about Mew was next to the chapel. Because it's like, wait, he was logged out. How would he know that?
Now, let's believe in Shuichi's reasoning.
It'll be okay.
Shuichi can do it for sure. He's the ultimate detective after all.
If you're gonna be like that, then do whatever you want. Investigate the rooftop or whatever. But Shuichi is my sidekick. In other words, his deductions are my deductions. Man, everybody's fighting over me. That's true, yeah. They all decided together.
Hey now.
What are you, some kind of credit-stealing bully?
I mean,
Well, I'm gonna investigate Mew's avatar since I got interrupted last time.
Sorry.
Sorry.
Well then,
We gotta get out of here. Well then, let's go to the rooftop.
Yeah, we should.
A lot of little tippy taps. Come on. Mew and Kokichi were supposed to meet on this very rooftop. And the person in charge of searching this area, Kaito, was forcibly logged out. By your map friends without saying, what, you're just gonna pass by your maps without saying howdy? And the person in charge of searching this area, Kaito, was forcibly logged out.
That's true.
This area must have something to do with the case. Might not be directly connected to the case, but I should inspect these binoculars. I can see that this building is on top of a hill. And I can't see past this point because it's the map loading point. But that is strange. Why would the map loading point be right in the middle of the world? Something doesn't seem right. Okay, yeah. So I'm gonna stick by my theory that Mew was gonna try and pull a Sayaka and try to create some kind of murder situation, and then it just ended up backfiring on her. That narrows it down. Mind you, I get the feeling Himiko doesn't know how to use a phone. The girl needs a reminder on which hand is her right hand. What's wrong, Himiko?
Okay.
When murders happen in a mansion in the snow like this, they're always locked room mysteries created by piled up snow. Isn't that right? But it's disappointing that you can't leave footprints on the snow in this world.
Is that something to be disappointed about? Oh, 100%. They're like, here, we're setting you up with a thumbprint password. No, don't put your pinky on it. You have to use your thumb. Kibo, did you find anything? This is difficult. There's nothing here that seems to resemble a clue. But Mew should have arranged to meet with Kokichi here. I thought we could at least confirm whether or not she really came to the rooftop. But unfortunately, there are no clues which indicate that. Did Mew ever come to the roof? That is an important question. I mean, the lattice kind of gives it away, but... Hey Kibo, I wanted your opinion on something. Do you think you could get up and down from this roof from outside the mansion?
well,
No, that would have been very difficult. This rooftop is rather high. Even the edge of the roof is roughly the height of a 3 to 4 story building.
You're right.
Yeah, certainly too high to jump.
as I thought.
Which means it would have been impossible to climb up from the outside. That means the only way to this rooftop is the stairs. I thought that was like part of the atmosphere's ellipses.
I see.
Hey,
What's wrong, Sumugi?
Look at that doorknob. It's locked.
It is. It's a thumb turn lock. Easy to lock. It seems like you can't lock it unless you're on the outside. And look, the keyhole on this side is on this side of the door. Isn't it usually the other way around?
No.
Not necessarily. I've seen this before, to prevent you from locking yourself out.
I see.
Is that so? This rooftop has a lock on the door. That is important information. Really? That's not gonna be a truth bullet? Okay. The storage room. It's a little different than how I remember. It feels as if something is missing. But I wasn't paying close attention the first time, so I don't remember. Oh, you got an idea? Oh, the lighting in my room keeps shifting. Here we go. If you can break the lock, you can break the game. So is this it basically for the investigation? I've inspected everything here. All that's left now is... Oh, Maki's back. Oh, there you are. I was looking for you.
Huh?
Maki, why are you here? I thought you were analyzing the program.
I told you.
Monotaro finished analyzing the program, so he told me to gather everyone. He finished?
Shuichi!
We should probably head back then. Our investigation here is pretty much done, right?
Okay.
Yeah, you're right. I've investigated everything I needed to.
Shuichi!
Well then, we'll head back first.
I don't wanna.
I don't wanna say goodbye to my avatar. Did you like it that much?
Then
Oh, poor Himiko. We should go too. That's a T-O-O too, but okay. I always nitpick the grammar in these games. Maki, what's up? What's wrong? Well, you're definitely more reliable in a class trial than out. All the others think so too.
Huh?
What?
Well,
I'm not trying to sound like Kaito, but I don't think you should carry all the burden alone. You're Shuichi Saihara before you're a detective. Don't ever forget that. Well, I shouldn't be talking. I threw away my identity as Maki Harukawa to be an assassin.
thank you.
Thank you, Maki. She's like, blue screen. I don't understand. Was she being considerate just now? Does Maki like me? Yes. She was hinting at it before when she was asking whether you and Kaede were a thing. And you were stupid and you didn't realize it. You stupid. Yeah, probably. Like, she probably figures he's gonna overextend himself. Oh, 100%, yeah. Like, I would say that Maki's like a pretty... Like, she's not like the angry throws a fit tsundere, but like she's got like a more subtle tsundere to her. Oh, 100, yeah. I'll stab you with my favorite one. Well, you don't want to stab somebody you hate with your favorite knife. I mean, ugh. It's just you and me. We should log out too. By the way, did something happen between you and Kaito?
Huh?
What?
well,
When he logged out a little while ago, he looked like he was in a bad mood.
Sorry.
I'm sorry, that's probably my fault. Yes, the stabbing would be yandere. But Maki is not a yandere. So far as I know, right now. We've had some weird character turns in this game. Ah.
well,
I don't know what happened between you and Kaito, but that idiot is simple, so I'm sure he'd forgive you if you just apologized. Oh, that's happy Maki. We've had a wide range of emotions with Maki. Why is she shaking her head like that? Shuichi Saihara. It's dark! Oh, wait. VR goggles. I pulled the device off my head and the real world appeared before me.
Shuichi!
Well, Shuichi, isn't the real world way better than some virtual reality? Anyway, I felt so lonely without you around. Apologize for making me feel unloved. Hey guys, I know this is technically accessory to a murder, but I really want this Xbox, so thanks. Hey, there's something I wanted to ask you. I totally didn't draw anything on your tummy while you were logged in, okay?
Huh?
What?
It's a lie.
I'm kidding. So what was it you wanted to ask?
Is that all right?
You planned to meet Mew on the roof, right? Did you end up meeting her? Ooh. Caught him off guard there. Oh, so you know about that, Shuichi. Impressive, Mr. Ultimate Detective.
Okay.
Then, I'll tell you what happened. I never met up with Mew. I couldn't get to the rooftop because it was locked.
Huh?
Locked? After I gave up and went back to the salon to search for the secret. Is that true, Kokichi? Are you doubting me? Why would you doubt me? I never lie.
That's...
Can someone verify that you were at the salon the entire time? Did you meet anyone there? No, I don't have a witness.
right?
But you can also say there's no witness who can prove I wasn't there.
Hey!
Unless you saw the salon empty yourself.
Anyway,
Well, it's up to you whether you want to believe me or not.
Shuichi!
But you shouldn't doubt me like that. We're partners. Which one is it? Did Kokichi meet with Mew or not? Is he lying or telling the truth? Which is it? Kokichi in the salon has been added. Alright, Monotaro, you got some secrets for us. Tell me your secrets. I've been waiting for you, Shuichi. I'm sure Maki already told you, but I finally finished analyzing the program.
Okay!
The shin is the best way to tell the truth? I'm starting to put together a lot of important facts, so here they are. He really is trying to be our friend. A little bit at least.
So,
First, the person who tampered with this program was Mommy, like we suspected. Oh, okay. Mommy has an eccentric way of writing her code, so I knew it was her right away. I guess her personality wasn't the only eccentric thing about her.
Got a minute?
So what did she tamper with? A few things, but I'll share the first one with you.
so,
It looks like Mommy deleted a lot of objects from this killing game simulator. She said that she deleted anything that could be used as a weapon. But in that case, why is there a hammer?
okay!
That's true, only the hammer was left. But why was it left? The way the program was written makes it seem like she did it on purpose. On purpose.
Then,
Did she add anything? We found a cell phone in the virtual world. No, that cell phone was an original feature of the program. That implies Mew hid that fact from us, which means all Mommy added were the 2 maps. The rest was already part of the program.
by the way,
By the way, while we're talking about objects, I wanted to ask you something. We used the signboard to cross the river, but could we have used something else as a bridge? I didn't really see anything that could have been used as a bridge to cross the river. So only that signboard could have been used as a bridge. So, what's the next thing she tampered with?
okie dokie!
Well, it looks like she also tampered with certain parameters of the program. Parameters? Everything in that program is categorized as either a human or a non-human object. Of course, everyone's avatar was assigned the human parameter.
Really?
But for some reason, Mommy gave her avatar the non-human object parameter. I guess so she would be unbreakable, but what advantage would that give you? Okay.
That's...
But what happens when you become an object? Well, the difference is only for identification purposes, so it probably didn't affect anything. Some gave it to herself instead of Kibo. Oh no! Well, because it's like objects can't break in the virtual world. It's why it's like, oh, like I think somebody even brought it where it's just like, well, with the toilet paper, you would just be rolling it forever. You couldn't tear off a piece of it because nothing can break. It's why we could use the signboard no problem, because the signboard wasn't gonna break. So wait, does that mean she could have logged in and out at any point? Ooh, I gotta check those truth bullets. Hold on, hold on. The toilet paper was human the whole time. Oh no. What a way to go. Let's see here. Well, actually, can't really see anything with her eyes there either, but let's see. Here we go. Log in, log out record. Yeah, she's not on it. Yeah. Everyone only logged in once. Oh no, there was the Mew login. So then... Okay, because I was wondering, I'm like, if she technically isn't classified as a human object, would it show her logging in, even? Okay. Curious. Well, the difference is only for identification purposes, so it probably didn't affect anything.
Well...
But if it didn't affect anything, then why would she have gone out of her way to do that?
Ah!
Perhaps that has something to do with the next thing she tampered with.
So...
Mommy added a wall that didn't originally exist in the program. Oh, the loading area. Yep, there it is. The coordinates of the virtual world are represented on an x-axis and a y-axis. And it seems Mommy added a wall that runs the length of the y-axis.
Huh?
She created an additional wall? There were walls on all 4 directions and 2 down the y-axis.
Hey,
But you're positive there's only one?
Okay!
Yep, it's definitely the only one. What does that mean? Oh, okay. Alright. I think I'm getting it. Okay. And that's why the signboard ended up by those rocks. Ooh, okay. So maybe she just walked right... Oh, she rode the river, I betcha. Or something like that. Because it's not like she could show... Like, it's not like she would... I'm trying to find the right words for it because it's Mew, and I don't want to say the thing that I want to say. Her appearance would not have looked wet if she had ridden the river back around and gotten to the other side of the loading screen. Is what I found a way to say it nicely. She would not have looked like she had been in water. Yeah, if she rode the river. I didn't want to say it out loud because it's Mew, and that could be easily misconstrued as something else, but her clothes would have looked wet if she had been in the river, but this being an avatar, maybe that is not the case. I'll leave it at that. What does that mean? Which wall was the one Mew added? Buddy, come on. Shuichi, come on, buddy. What was the world like originally? You said there wasn't anything past the wall. Was that another lie? You probably could have gone right through it. She might have. Or maybe it's... Oh, I wonder. Objects can pass through, but not people. Huh. Like, if you fell into the water, you'd probably just stop. Or I don't know if you would get swept away, or if there'd be some sort of game over sequence, but because she's an object, I wonder if that allowed her to just keep going along the river. Yeah, could've. Also, it looks like that extra wall was given a special setting. A setting that allows non-human objects to pass through it. Oh, there's the trick. It allows objects through?
I see.
I see, that's very interesting.
Hey.
So, are those all the things she tampered with?
Ah.
Oh, there's one more thing. So, one of you guys also had a strange setting given to their avatar.
Huh?
A strange setting.
Okay.
Yeah, the setting made it so that they would be unable to move if Mommy touched them. Okay.
Then,
So if Mew touched them, their avatar would be paralyzed?
Hey.
Who was it?
Oh.
It was Kokichi.
Huh?
It's me? I didn't know that. Well, duh. I wouldn't know. I never touched Mew in that world. I see. I didn't even notice. So what was it she was trying to accomplish exactly? Yeah, she was 100% doing sus stuff. So she was trying to get up to the roof to get the lattice stuff. And I bet you... Ooh, I wonder if the hammer was in with the lattice work there. So she just took it with. So she needed to get rid of Kaito from the roof so she could go up there without him noticing. So she used the cell phone to get rid of him. But she invited Kokichi up there, but didn't unlock the door for him. But I guess she was going to freeze him and then throw him off the roof, maybe? Yeah, roof with the hammer paralyzed, and oh no! Yeah, like I was saying, I'm like, this is like a Sayaka situation, where it's like... I feel like this was a plan that went very wrong. If we start finding some weird numbers scattered throughout the area, we'll know. Those numbers always come back.
Okie dokie.
That's all I have to report. Well, do you think it'll help you guys out?
okay.
That helps a lot. Thanks. I hope you find my mommy guilty. This is a lot of truth bullets.
Ah.
You know what? I wouldn't even blame her. Like, even if Mew wasn't behind something like this, like, if you could just have, like, a setting where it's just like, you know what? You're causing a lot of problems. Beep. Alright, you're gonna stay here for a while. Oh, I should probably tell you this too, though it's probably not related to the case.
So.
Some sort of avatar user error occurred when you all logged in for the first time. An error? The contents of the error are unknown, so I can't provide any details. Just have them all freeze just once, just like, But something strange definitely happened to someone's avatar when you all logged in.
Well.
I don't think anyone's avatar was acting strange, though. What kind of error could it be? That's important information. Ooh. Wait a minute. Did somebody get plugged in wrong and they sabotaged Mew's little plan? Ooh. Yeah, you don't have to tie them up in the warehouse. You just give them a little tap on the shoulder and they're done. And it was funny though, at first she hated that avatar. Yeah, I think somebody got plugged in wrong. Oh, but Kaito's been a puppy this whole time. Sorry, I'm dragging this out because I know we're coming up on trial time, and I don't want to start the trial tonight. I want to wait till the next stream so we can just do it in mostly one go. Avatar error has been added. There it is.
Okay, everyone. Time for the class trial.
Is he okay?
You know, that thing where everyone stands in a circle and talks about the dead body.
I'm getting flashbacks to one of Junko's personalities here.
Low energy? Me? No. I'm just taking a little break right now. When I'm done, I'll be my usual energized self. Yep, I'll be way more energized.
I think he's going through a rough time.
Anyway,
He was just
That's
on
all.
vacation. What is he freaking out about?
Hey!
You seem like you're not into it at all. We don't have to do the class trial, you know.
But it's gonna start, huh? We no can stop it anymore?
You're right.
No, we can't.
so,
Yeah, hard same. That was me last week when I was on shift work.
This is all I can tell you guys, but I don't want any of you to forget. I'm your friend.
what?
I mean, Monokuma himself is kind of a robot. He's a robot bear. So, having a robot human as a dad is not that big of a stretch. Having just a plain old human mommy, by the way. That's a bit out there, but she's an inventor, so she's like kind of part machine.
Huh? He just decided we're friends?
Thank you.
Thank you. Going to feel relieved. Don't worry, Monotaro. Shuichi will get revenge for Miu's death.
That's so
And he'll get that revenge by finding the culprit among us. He's right. The culprit is someone here.
Thanks.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you so much. When this class trial is over, I hope we can all get to know each other better.
I imagine he's gonna be the next one who's killed off.
Yeah, that's the kind of line that triggers a death flag.
I love later game Himiko. She's great.
Okay.
I want a fresh start. I want to make up for my past mistakes.
No, you're layering the death flags now. Stop!
Wait,
That too.
Meeting you all has really...
Sorry.
Sorry, it's nothing. I'll save it for after the class trial is finished. Oh my god. Stop! Stop, he's already dead.
Nah, the flag is rising.
I'm just a day away from retirement.
What was that? I think I heard something over there.
All right.
I'll go check it out all by myself.
So long. Farewell.
Oh,
what did you say?
It's waving in the wind.
This is stupid.
quit screwing around. Let's hurry up and go.
Going to do his best.
Going to do his best too. Going to do his best to be even a little bit useful for everyone.
Wow.
I'm so excited. I'll definitely expose the culprit this time. Shh, what's so exciting about this? Kaito's being kinda standoffish this one. With conflicting emotions in our hearts, we headed to the Shrine of Judgment. Well, Mio. So long, Space Cowboy. Yeah, he's pissed. We're gonna go there by foot. Into the darkness. Yeah, I imagine that's gonna be a factor in this case. It's gonna be like, Kaito, you're not cooperating. He's like, well, why should I? Everybody thinks I did it all the time. Jeez, I'm just trying to be everybody's friend. I'm a nice guy, okay? He actually is a nice, not a nice guy, but he's a nice guy. Nope. The architecture of this school makes no sense. And there we go. I didn't get totally lost this time. That's an achievement. Almost out of water. We're getting close to wrapping up for tonight. So we're gonna do the lead up to the trial. Oh man, we'll never use that area again. I did find it funny that like some of the earlier labs we unlocked it was like, oh, it's so cool, it's like perfect for me. And then later on everybody's just like, oh, like I mean, my lab's kind of okay, but like it's whatever, I guess. Like Shuichi wasn't really all that impressed by his. Kibo didn't like his. Actually, I don't think Ryoma liked his either, but that was for self-torture reasons. Looks like that's everyone. I can't believe this is it. This is everybody. I know Tsumugi's kind of hiding behind Kaito a little bit, but like, there's like nobody left. It did have a prison bathroom. Yes, that is true. Oh, this everyone, huh? There a lot less of us now.
It's plain to see.
This is just half of what we started with.
Unfortunately.
Because we've allowed this game to continue. We must stop it somehow.
Right?
But we can't stop it now. We can't let the fun end.
Don't.
Cut it out. I'm certain this trial will be the last one. Nah, it's not.
Hey,
Let's focus on surviving this class trial first.
I guess.
You're right. If we mess up here, our numbers will go down even quicker. It'd just be the culprit left.
But
That might be okay. Maybe that's just another way to stop the killing game. If we all die, then the killing game would end.
what?
Don't say stupid crap like that. It's pointless if we all die. We get to the very end and it's just like, can't kill all of us. And it's like, that's kind of the thing of the game though.
Okay.
Well, we don't have to worry. We've got the ultimate detective on our side.
You're right.
Yeah, it's time for the detective to shine. Shuichi, please keep up the good work.
Okay, yeah, the pressure is definitely layering on for Shuichi, and I think he's gonna have some kind of a crisis. Listen to Maki. You are Shuichi first before you are the ultimate detective. Oh, that sucks.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll do my best. Good work. Yes, I have to keep it together. This is the only time my talent can shine. I'm not just saving my life. Everyone's life is on the line. If I can't find the truth here, everyone will be sacrificed. And I will never let that happen.
Come on, man.
Hey, Shuichi, you're getting all tense.
Huh?
What?
I mean,
Didn't I tell you before? Shuichi, don't carry the burden all...
Get it?
And didn't I tell you before not to get in the way, Kaito?
huh?
Huh? What's your problem?
You really don't.
We're all relying on Shuichi to carry our asses through this class trial, okay? You're like a parrot repeating the same lines over and over. You're bothering him.
Well, you know.
I think that's the most annoying thing you can do to Shuichi. You know that? Man, he is just like... It's like, yeah, like Kaito and Shuichi, buddies. And then like, Kokichi's just sliding in there like, no. I'm stopping this. This ends here. No friendship on my watch.
Huh?
What do you mean? I'm not...
Shut up.
Kokichi, you're annoying.
Please don't.
Whoa, killer girl's glaring at me. I was only kidding around. Maki's glare seemed to do the trick as Kokichi turned around, dejected. She's like, do you want me to choke you again? I'll do it. And Kokichi's like, nah, I'll pass. Finally, that pest is gone. Thanks, Maki Roll. Just suck it up, Kaito. Now's not the time to be bickering with each other.
Got it.
Huh, my bad. Sorry.
Um,
Kaito, I'm okay.
well.
I know what you want to say, Kaito. You don't have to worry.
I believe in
I
you.
see. In that case, I'll believe in you and won't say anything else.
Shuichi,
But if you have any problems, let me know. I'll help you. I'm here for you, bro.
Thank you.
Thank you, Kaito. Alright, let's go around the circle here. Going to... You doing okay, buddy?
To do his best.
Going to not really understand what happened, but going to try real hard to be useful this time. Just keep on trying, Gonta.
This time will really be the end. If not...
I believe in you.
I'll believe in you and won't say anything else.
Shuichi!
But if you have any problems, let me know. I'm here for you, bro. Maki? You didn't forget, right? Remember who you are. You live the day after this day? Make sure you never forget that.
That's so mean.
You must have it rough, Shuichi. That obnoxious guy is always bothering you.
Shuichi!
If you ever need my help, call me. I'll shut him up so he never gets in your way. There we go, key boy. Mew certainly wasn't perfect, but that doesn't mean she deserved to be killed. No one deserves what happened to her. Not a single person. Himiko.
Hey, Shuichi.
We'll be depending on you this time too, Mr. Ultimate Detective.
Alright. Going in. Oh, sorry. Live streaming after. Oh, okay. As soon as you posted that, it clicked in my head. No, I only stream on Mondays and Tuesdays, so that's why I kind of didn't want to get to the trial today, just because then that way next week we'll do Monday the first half of the trial, Tuesday the latter half of the trial, and that way it's kind of all together, and I won't have had a week. I know, I've got other things going on, I'm sorry. Those are my 2 days of the week where I can stream for now. Alright, let's go. Yeah. Though if you are looking for stuff to watch in the meantime, I do have my YouTube channel linked here as well with old VODs of previous Danganronpa games along with other various games. And some shorts too. Got some stuff there too. The 8 of us got into the elevator. Like, you say 8, but, like, I know technically Shuichi counts. But the door's shut behind us. Oh, it's gonna be that lonely elevator ride. And like all those times before, we descended. It was dead quiet. Don't say that. The only sound I could hear was the beating of my heart in my ears. My body was trembling. The more I tried to control it, the worse it got. There's no way to get used to it, really. The fear of death. We're all fighting it, trying to be courageous. We all felt as though we were going to do our own to our own execution. Not an execution. A test of our will to survive. Ooh. Finally, the elevator stopped and the doors opened. And though I couldn't explain it, my body stopped trembling. Welcome! Go ahead and stand behind any open podium. Ooh, he's been beaten into submission.
Move your asses. You don't want to see what I'll do to you if you keep Father waiting. Wait, is he back to normal?
Why?
Huh? You not friend anymore?
You jerks must feel pretty slick using Monotaro's forgetfulness to befriend him.
He just decided on his own that we were friends.
You bastard!
But I won't let you guys trick Monotaro anymore, because he has already forgotten. He may have forgotten that he was on Daddy's side, but now he's forgotten that he had forgotten that he was on Daddy's side. Thanks to me, because I smacked the stuffing out of him. Nah, how confusing. Well, whatever.
Really?
I can't remember, but one of you guys is the culprit, right? I can't be in the same room as a killer. It's dangerous. I'm gonna go lock myself in my room. Maybe even set up a barricade. That's another death flag.
Anyway,
Let's get it started. The heart-racing excitement is the blackened and the spotless face-off. What are you, Monokuma now? You've already got one of them. We went to our podiums as always. We knew what we had to do. There was no protest left in us. It's already the 4th time. The 4th class trial was about to begin. It said red eyes. It said like the eyes themselves were red, right? But they're white. I don't know if it's just because she's dead. Miu Aruma, the ultimate inventor. She may have given us a lot of trouble, but we all miss her. It's a tragedy after all. She helped me and Kaede with those cameras, gave Kibo extra functions. In the end, she had done a lot for us. She also called us a lot of names. Like she probably needed therapy. And the culprit that killed her? There we go. I need to replace the batteries. Is one of us. I need to discover who that is. In order to survive, I have to find the culprit. Ooh. And I will fight for it. I will fight with truth and lies in this class trial. Dun dun! Yes. So we'll get my abilities and stuff ready to go. So that way next week we can just kind of hop right into it after a little truth bullet refresh. So let's look at our skills here, because, ooh, I've got 8 to work with. Ooh, there was one of these I really wanted to get. Ooh. Nah, I'm not too worried about the reticle. No, I'm okay with that. Nah. No, don't have that one. I'm trying to remember, what is this? Focus gauge drains slower while concentrating and during fever time. Okay, effective during all parts of the class trial. I don't have enough, but... Concentrating during fever time, effective during all parts of the class trial. Okay. Oh my god, look at all these! Wow. Silences all conversations except those the reticle is on. Effective during mass panic debates. Ooh, actually that one I'm thinking I might get. I think we might go with First Strike, but let me see what the others are. Just a peek. Actually, what is... Tire screen will light up more frequently. Okay. Clear mind. Increase the amount of letter cubes that can be acquired at once, effective during Psyche Taxi. I'm okay with Psyche Taxi. High tension. Tension gauge will increase at a faster rate. Ooh. Oh, I might have to get that just because I am not the best at argument armament. That is definitely my weakest one, and I don't know if it's just because I'm working on a keyboard during it. Ooh, I might go with that one actually. I think I'm gonna get... Yeah, I'm gonna get First Strike, and I think I'm gonna get that argument armament one to kind of help me out. Because that's 4 and 4. Boom. What? No, 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 I know. There we go. Okay. I didn't want to unselect anything. Okay. And then high tension. Yeah, I'm gonna get that. There we go. Man, I can have so much. Okay, so I'm at 0 on the skills. I've got all these good to go, so hopefully that'll make it a little easier. Keeping the difficulty roughly about the same. Okay. And I guess we'll save here for tonight. We still got a little bit of time left, so if you guys want, we can chill in the casino for a little bit. We can goof around and kind of chit-chat with the Mono machine. I'm gonna save twice because I'm paranoid. There we go. Actually, I haven't checked out this. What's the default hand? Oh, okay. The different looks for the handbooks. There's a love suite. Those memories will never fade. That magical night with Gonta. Yeah, let's go hang out sort of in the additional area for a little bit. Watch movies, watch cutscenes. Let's do the casino for a little quick casino run for tonight. Cap things off. Earn a little extra cash. Yeah, exactly. What's the best way to forget your worries? Create more worries by losing all your money. That's how you're supposed to do it. Alright. We'll go 3, and we'll see what we get. Big money, big money. Boo. Let's try it again. Come on, come on. Okay, got a little bit of something there. Come on. Damn it. Okay. Alright, let's do a bit of salmon fishing. This is where I make my money. I never thought this would be where I'd make it, but hey. Alright, let's see what we get. Blue, green. Oh, shoot. Red. What's with all the green? Green. Red. Red. Blue. Oh, shoot. Green. Green. Red. Blue. Red. Oh, they're going off here. Ooh. Ooh, okay. I didn't do super hot on that one, I don't think. Ooh, BB. I mean, I still made my money back. Oh, yeah, I didn't do super hot on that one, did I? Ooh, I would like to make it to 10,000, though. Let's give it one more go. I'll get it this time. Red. Ooh. blue. Green. Right. Oh, shoot. That's right. There we go. Oh my god. Blue, blue. Ah! Okay, I did better on that one. AA. Okay, that's times 2. Ooh, that's close. Alright. I think I'm getting a little bit better, but I think I'm gonna fold them there. Let's finish off with some mono slots. Cause I've been doing very well on that. Max bet, let's go, big money. No. Come on, come on. I don't know why I play the mono slots when I just win occasionally. Alright, we'll do 2 more pulls and we'll see where we go. Ooh, alright. Got a bit of something. I don't know if it's enough to make up for the losses, but we'll see. Dang it. Okay. Let's play one more Outlaw Run. I didn't do too bad with that earlier. Let's go for normal. We'll bet it all. What's the worst that could happen? Alright, let's go. Oh no. Stop. Oh no. Oh, this isn't good. I hate when I run into him. He wastes so much time. No. My great score is gone. I've ruined it. All my money. It's fine. It's still good. It's okay. We got this. We got this. We can come back. We can bounce back. Cars are these getting harder? Because I feel like I'm seeing more cars now. No. No, stop. I gotta avoid him. I can't keep hitting this guy. He messes up my game. Every single... No! No! Okay, 9,100. BB. Okay, that's 1.2. I can live with that. That could have been a lot worse. Alright. Alright, that's enough Outlaw Run. I did better on the fishing game. As much fun as it is to play Outlaw Run, I am better at salmon fishing. Alright, 3 more pulls and we'll probably wrap it up for tonight. Nothing. Come on. Come on. I know, it's just out of reach. Part of me is like, if we can just make it to 10,000 in this one, then I'm good. But part of me also feels like I'm pushing my luck. Dang, man. I don't know. Should we try and go for the 10K? We got the time. Here, we'll do one more salmon fishing. Make some cash. Alright, one more salmon fishing. We're making that money. Alright, let's go. Alright. Like, I feel like these are getting harder now. What? Come on. Oh, there you are. Green, blue. Blue. Green. 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 Blue. Red. Oh, shoot. Green. Oh, shoot. Blue. Blue. Green. Yeah. Triple B. Alright, made over 10K. We need enough more keys so Kaito and Kokichi will fight over. Man, I'm hoping that, like, Kaito and Kokichi are still gonna be around after this next trial, just because it's like, by the time I got enough money for these keys, there's not many characters left, and I don't want to go to the love suite with Himiko. I can't. She's just a little girl. I can't. Alright. And like I can't go there with Gonta again. That's too much. Gonta was so sweet, but I can't be going to the love suite with Gonta so many times. I gotta give other people a chance to get with the ultimate Chad Shuichi. No, there's not now. Like, if you had asked me maybe like earlier in the game when Himiko was basically just like a human made out of birdseed who like didn't know how to go to the bathroom by herself, I would have been like, all right, I won't shed any tears over that. But now that like we've got like proper fleshed out like fun Himiko, no, I can't kill her now. I like this Himiko now. It was funny too, because earlier in the game, those of you who had played this before were like, we love Himiko. And I'm like, what? Why? Like, Himiko kind of sucks. But now I'm like, I'm Team Himiko. Himiko's great. She's wonderful. But in any case, we are wrapping up here for today, guys. Thank you so much for joining me. I know this was sort of like a silly goof around investigation episode stream. We'll be picking things up on Monday night at 7:30. We'll be starting the first half of the trial to find out who killed amazing inventor Miu Iruma. As it stands right now, I'm thinking this is like a Sayaka situation, where she was planning on doing some suspicious, murdery stuff, and somebody got in her way. Because she was just messing with the code so much, and she didn't tell us everything. So I don't know who she was after in particular. I'm assuming Kokichi, because she only gave him the freeze function. But somebody obviously got in her way, and somebody's inputs were off as well, which is curious. I'm wondering what happened there, because we don't even have the full extent of what that error message was. And like, as much as I don't know, because part of me is like, well, who would it be if I had to give it a guess? And the only thing I can think of is when Mew had her little accent where there was like the thump and they found Mew, we also heard from Kibo. So I'm wondering if Kibo may have had something to do with it, sort of inadvertently. I don't think it was like a premeditated thing. It may have just been an accident, but I don't know. Maybe Mew messed with Kibo's programming and she kind of factored that into her plan. Like, she's definitely a lot more methodical. Well, I mean, she's a genius inventor. She's smart. She's not stupid. But in any case, we'll start to have an idea of what happened on Monday night. And if anything happens between now and then, I will be sure to let you know on Twitter. That's where all my deets are. And if you're looking for something to watch in the meantime, I'm always uploading old VODs and shorts and little videos and things over on my YouTube channel. Feel free to check that out. We've also got the Discord as well, where we're talking about the new World Ends With You game, the trailer that just came out, and I've got to watch the first episode of the anime because the first episode just came out on Saturday and I still haven't gotten around to watching it yet. But in any case, guys, I hope you have a great rest of your week. I hope you have a great weekend, and I will see you on Monday night when we start the 4th trial in Danganronpa V3. Until then, guys, bayonara and so long, farewell.